We're going to talk about a very important subject today. This has to do with upgrading your current Windows 7 or Windows 8 or Vista or whatever you might have that is not Windows 10. It's very important. It's time to move your business to Windows 10, and today we're going to talk about why. I'm Charles Owen. I'm your host today. Thanks everybody for attending. I really appreciate it. We're going to just get right into it at this point. What you're going to learn today, we're going to make this fast. It's probably going to be 10, 15 minutes, I would imagine. We're going to just scoot through this, but there's some information you need to know and understand here. I think that this will be very good information for you. So we're starting out. What are you going to learn? Why your business needs to upgrade to Windows 10. All right, advantages of upgrading to Windows 10. Risk of staying on the Windows 7 or other operating system. Options for upgrading. What options do you have? We'll talk about that. And then where can you get it? Where can you buy the upgrade? And all of that is what we're going to learn today. So why your business needs to upgrade to Windows 10. So the biggest reason is Microsoft is ending support for Windows 7 as of January 14, 2020. This is key. Because when they end support for something, that means no updates will be coming out, meaning hackers can get in and do whatever they want to compromise your system, and Microsoft isn't going to protect you any longer. So this is a major, major issue. PCI compliance is going to be compromised, meaning you cannot maintain PCI compliancy when you're using a system that is not protected like Windows 7. It will, you're going to need protection from cyber attacks. It's critical. That is what it's all about, guys. Windows 10 also comes with security and stronger security features. You got to take advantage of that. Safer web browsing experience, and more efficient on the updating process, where you can actually tell the updating services when you want to update. It won't interrupt you if you set it up properly and interfere with your work. Sometimes you come in the morning and you turn on your computer and you don't have access to it for an hour. Well, that's a big issue. On this, you can actually defer it to another date and time. So those are some of the reasons why. The advantages of upgrading to Windows 10 have to do with speed and performance improvements. So you're going to get some of that. Also, it's tile-based start menu. I'm just going through here. It's looking like, yeah, my images are not showing, but I show the tile-based start menu, which if you have any terminals that are Windows 10, you can see it's just much easier to navigate through. The Action Center, which you're looking at here, will show you notifications, messages, updates, and even breaking news if you want. You can sign up for different services. Cortana, I don't know if you've used this or not. If anybody's into voice activation, it is kind of cool. So Cortana does offer voice-activated command recognition. And then it also offers touchscreen capabilities and supports tablet mode. You can see on the left there in my Action Center, I can see down at the bottom it says tablet mode. It just takes a button to activate it. Very easy to activate and set up all the different settings when you go to the Action Center here. So those are some of the advantages. The biggest one being, of course, that it is supported by Microsoft. That's very critical. All right, next, risks of staying on the Windows 7 platform. So as I mentioned, I'm going to drive this through one more time. There's no support for Microsoft as of January 14th. PCI will be compromised. You are going to be vulnerable to hackers, malware, and viruses. Now, here's the big thing. Malware, we just think, oh, that's no problem. It's just going to slow my system down. Somebody's tracking where I'm going in the system. It's no big deal, right? No, it's a huge deal. Malware, they can get you for ransomware, which means it will shut down all your computers potentially in your store and not give you access to any of your data or any of your applications unless you pay money. I know of 2 stores that were prospects of ours when this happened to them. Since we have taken over and gone into their store and helped them with networking, helped them with virus detection and malware detection, knock on wood and praise God, we have not had an instance where there has been any ransomware attacks. But I have seen it happen. It's a very ugly thing. I've seen one person, they actually tried to pay it, were successful, got their data back, and then they were hacked again, and the same thing happened. So you really have to replace those hard drives or completely wipe those out when that event happens. It's an ugly scene. So you want to avoid that. You can potentially avoid that better by not staying and remaining on Windows 7 platform. All right, risk of applications not working. So Paladin still works with Windows 7 today. It may not in the future. And there are several applications that when you upgrade to Windows 10, you actually may need to download those applications again. And it will tell you during the upgrade process if you upgrade your machines. And then overall performance will be affected. Windows 7 is not as performance-based as Windows 10 is. It's much better than the predecessor, Windows XP, but Windows 10 is even better at providing higher performance. So what are some of the options to upgrade to Windows 10? One is replace your Windows 7 computers. Just replace them. Recommended if your computers are under-configured or older than 3 years old. So if you've got a system, as you know, technology changes all the time. And when you bought your computer systems, if you didn't buy the top of the line, they may not even get you through 3 years. It's very fickle when you buy computers, right? I always tell people get the highest technology you can at the time, because next week it's going to be outdated and there's going to be a new widget after that, new updates that are going to bypass where you're at. So get the highest configuration you can. That's my recommendation, particularly in businesses. You don't want to compromise your system. So I would recommend replacing your computers with a new computer, and providing they're under-configured and older than 3 years. All right, so here's my recommended configuration for Paladin applications. It's not required, but it's recommended. And actually, I would bump that i5 or better to an i7, because again, my recommendation is go with the highest you can. It's not very much more. So Windows 10 Pro, remember that professional is very important. Microsoft will sell you Windows 10 Home or Windows 10 Pro. You need to go to Windows 10 Pro, very important. i5 or better, 64-bit Intel processor, 8 gigs of memory, 250 gigabytes of available disk space. Any more, you're getting a half a terabyte usually with a new computer, and that is 500 gigabytes. All right, so what are the other options? Well, you can upgrade your existing Windows 7 computers. If they are not under-configured and they're not over 3 years old, you do have the option to go to the Microsoft website, Microsoft.com, go to the store, search for Windows 10 Pro, and you can purchase the upgrade for about $199. I just checked it today, and it was $199 exactly. You must upgrade to Windows 10 Pro, as I mentioned before. So those are your options. Replace your computers or upgrade your existing Windows 7 with the Windows 10 software. If you've got an under-configured computer system, you will know it when you upgrade to Windows 10, because although the performance is better, it does require some more resources, more RAM and that sort of thing. So if you've got 2 gigs of RAM, you've got 30 or 20 megabyte hard or 20 gigabyte hard drive, and it's a processor that's sub 3.0 gigahertz. I'm sure this is all gibberish to you, but those are some of the requirements. You need to make sure that you buy a new computer. But again, you may upgrade your Windows 7 computers very cheaply to get them to Windows 10 if in fact they're configurable. All right, so where do I get it? So we have a monthly special at this time where you can buy a Dell Standard Business Terminal. It's an i7, so it is the higher configured machine, I believe it is, or maybe it's an i5. It doesn't really say, does it? So it's the one that we're configuring for you. So we are discounting it, and it is available today on our website. So you can go to Paladin Store. You can get to that through our website just by selecting under websites the website store. You can access it from your Paladin within your Paladin application, where you can click on the help button at the top and go to the Paladin store and order your computer systems today. You don't have much time. The special that we're doing, it only runs through the end of September, and it is imperative that you act now. You do not want to put your company at risk, guys. Trust me. I've seen too often where, yeah, I've got a backup, but what if your backup's corrupt? What if there's just lots of what ifs? What about all the other data that you have stored on your computer systems? This is not residential stuff we're talking about. This is your business. These are your documents. This is your financial information. This is your livelihood. Don't risk it for a couple of bucks. If you think buying a new computer for $1,000 is expensive, try replacing all your terminals. Try and get your data back for whatever the ransomware people are charging. So I don't want to, get you too excited here, but I do want you to take this seriously. So you can check out our knowledge base. There's more information. Go to our store to find information about the Windows 10 upgrade offer with the new computer systems. You can get more help by calling into us, talking with us, and check out our spring release. We've got a new release that's out there right now. You've all been updated to it, so everybody is using it. Hopefully you've discovered all the cool stuff that we have. You can go to knowledge base and type in the word or the number 2019. You will see a release guide in there, which will show you all the different features we have in there. Plus, I've done a webinar on it, so you have that as well. All right, folks, stay tuned. Next webinar will be October 8th, and what we're doing that on is our new support system, which as part of our spring release, we've incorporated chat support, so you'll learn more about that and how that can help you get immediate answers to your questions. As always, it's been a pleasure. Thank you so much for attending. I'm hoping this is recording. It says it's recording, but we'll see. I got a warning that it wasn't. So regardless, I'll do it again, and we'll make sure to post it if this didn't record properly. But thank you all so much for your time. Have a great day, and until next time, see you later.